and thank you for letting me testify today. My name is David Andrews, and I'm a senior scientist for the Environmental Working Group, a national environmental health organization that has sought to address the risks posed by per and polyfluoroalkyl substances called PFAS for 2 decades. Contamination from PFAS chemicals is a national public and environmental health emergency with local impacts. An enforceable drinking water standard is urgently needed for PFOA and PFAS, but should include similar PFAS compounds like those listed in LD 164. The drinking water standard in Massachusetts was set as a group of 6 PFAS based on similarities in structure, chemical properties, and importantly, the toxicity. From contamination of drinking water supplies for nearly 70,000 residents in the Mid-Ohio River Valley, we know that exposure to PFOA is linked to kidney and testicular cancer, preeclampsia, ulcerative colitis, thyroid disease, and high cholesterol. Subsequent studies have linked an increasing number of PFAS compounds to reproductive and developmental harm and damage to the immune system, reducing the effectiveness of vaccines. PFAS are called forever chemicals because they do not break apart in the environment. Many PFAS accumulate in blood, and these chemicals are detected in nearly every single person in the country. EWG has mapped contamination at over 2,300 sites in 49 states. Any additional exposure to PFAS in drinking water is a concern, and EWG has summarized the scientific evidence indicating that a health-based exposure limit should be near 1 part per trillion. Additionally, it's important that PFAS regulation in drinking water extend just beyond PFOA and PFAS because this entire class of chemicals are a concern. There is a clear path forward. The technology to filter PFAS out of drinking water is readily available, and once exposure ends, levels and health risk will decrease. The state standards or guideline values set in the past 4 years are consistently more health protective than the health advisory EPA published in 2016. Residents of Maine should not be drinking PFAS contaminated water, and there's significant scientific support for limiting exposure to PFOA and PFAS and the other compounds in 164. And so EWG supports LD 164. And additionally, we support required testing of community and non-community water systems.
30 seconds, Mr. Andrews.
The protection of public health. And then with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions and thank you once again.